Guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I am super excited today to show you how to make this recipe. Today we are breaking out the cookbook my mom made me. And so this is full of recipes from our family and friends. And today we're going to be making my great-grandmother's peanut butter pie. So excited. Now, of course, usually cream pies are made with a lot of dairy. And today we're going to show you how to alter that and change it and substitute to make a delicious dessert for your family that has no dairy at all. And so with this one, we actually need to measure. Normally, we don't measure our stuff, but today we're going to because when you're making desserts and when you're baking, it's a science. So we want to make sure that everything comes out right. So what we're going to start with is 2.5 cups of non-dairy milk. So I'm using soy milk today. I have used macadamia nut milk. You can use any non-dairy milk that you would like, but we're just going to do 2.5 cups in a heavy saucepan. And then to that 2.5 cups of milk, we are going to add 3 egg yolks. And so you may have an egg separator. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. The shells work great. So if you take your egg and crack it, we are going to put it over a bowl so that our whites can drip down in the bowl. And we're just going to go back and forth here until we have just the yolk. And we are going to put that yolk in there. And we're going to do that 3 times. And then you have some stringies once in a while. It's okay. Use your hands like I say in every video. Get in there. And then last one. And if you have a sharp edge on your eggshell, it's okay. You can put the egg into your hand and you can separate them that way. All right, I'm back. I had to go wash my hands because I had egg on them. And so now we've got the 3 egg yolks. We've got the 2.5 cups of our non-dairy milk. To this, we're going to add just a tiny pinch of salt. So for that, you can put a little bit in your hand and you literally just take and you pinch. And anything extra, I'm going to put it here in my whites because I'm going to use my whites later so that we're not wasting anything. And so what we're going to do is we are going to whisk this all up. We want to get this all nice and whisked together. And you're going to put your burner on a low heat. We want to use a low heat because we don't want scrambled eggs. What we're doing is making a homemade pudding. We're making pudding the old-fashioned way. I'm sure that a lot of the cream pie recipes that you see, it will say to use a pudding mix. Well, of course, pudding mixes usually have dairy in them, and then they're not as good. Everything's better homemade, I think. And so we're just going to whisk this. Everything is whisked together nicely now. And on this low heat, we're going to wait until this starts to get warm. And so it's on a really low heat so you can touch. It's not hot right now. Once it starts warming up a little bit more than that, touch the top. And then you can put your finger, clean hands, in the mixture because we just want to wait until it gets warm. We don't want it to boil. We don't want it to get super hot. All right, so to this, we've got it warm now, not hot. It's not going to boil. We are going to add a mixture of a 1/2 cup flour and 3/4 cup sugar. You want to put this in gradually and make sure you're whisking as you're putting it in. And we are going to whisk and whisk and whisk for a long time until this mixture thickens. So just gradually adding the flour and sugar mixture, making sure that everything is mixed in and whisked together before you add more. We don't want any clumps in our pie. Nobody wants a pocket of flour when they bite into a piece of pie. So as we're doing this, maybe this is my awkward moment. Let's learn about each other. So, you guys know my name is Jo. I'm married to my husband Edward. I've mentioned him in my previous videos. We have been married for 7 years. I have to think about it. I'm not the kind of person that remembers anniversaries. Yeah. Let's see, right now we have 2 exchange students. One is from South Korea, and his name is Jaewon. And we have one from Italy, whose name is Lorenzo. And they have been a pleasure to have in the house so far. Last year we hosted a student from Germany named Carl, and he was great. I feel like we got along well. We still keep in touch. We talk about anime a lot. When he first moved here, he had never watched anime. We changed that, and now I think he's watched more than I have. So, such a great experience. Do any of you host exchange students? I would like to hear about it. It's great. It's such a fun time. I love learning about other cultures, and I love showing people our culture. And I say our culture. There's different cultures across the United States. I guess maybe Midwest culture is what I should say. Because definitely Midwest culture is a little bit different than some areas of the United States. I'm originally not from here, so I live in Minnesota. Gosh, I've lived here long enough that when I say Minnesota, it's got that O. But I'm originally from Michigan. That's where my family is. Some of my family. My dad's side of the family is huge. We have over 200 cousins, so big family. My mom's family is mostly in Washington. That's where her brothers are at. So, hello, if any of my family's watching. I love you all. And we're still mixing. This takes a long time, guys. So you get your wrist workout whisking for this recipe because we're going to whisk until this gets thick. I don't time it. I think last time maybe it took like 10 minutes. So, and you have to keep whisking. Otherwise it'll stick to the bottom of the pan and then you have to throw it out and start all over again. Nobody wants that. Too much work. Too much work. So we're just going to whisk. Let's see. So I have a full-time job. Obviously, I don't think anybody on YouTube with 30 subscribers does not have a full-time job. So, let's see. We work a lot of overtime. Right now, average day. Let's do that. I don't know. We're just getting to know each other. So, I get up at 5 a.m. and I work out. I don't know if you noticed, I could lose 1, 2, 80 pounds. I mean, hey. And then I get ready for my day. I make breakfast for the boys. And then I start working. We're working from home right now because I don't know if you've noticed, pandemic thing going on. Yeah. So, and I work, I don't know, minimum 9 hours, but between 9 and 12. The other day I worked almost 14. It just depends on the day. And then after I'm done working, I make dinner and clean the kitchen and spend time with the boys again, and then go to bed and do it all over again. And then on Saturdays, I make videos. So on Saturdays, I don't work out because it's too much. Because, let's see, well, It's already 8 o'clock now. I did get up at 6:20. I think Jaywan and I went to bed at 1:30 this morning. So it works out. I like Korean dramas because, like I said before, I'm awkward. I'm a dork. And he gets to watch something in his language, so it kind of gives him that break from all English all the time. And because it can be hard, it's a hard transition. Even students that come over that speak very good English, when they first get off the plane, it's a shock to be in a society that only speaks their second language. So it's nice to give them that little break once in a while. Hey, we're starting to get a little bit of thickness here. Sweet, awesome. Let's see. But yeah, I think Saturdays and Sundays I like to make big meals. We do like one big meal. What do you guys do on the weekend? Do you do anything special? Like make one big, nicer meal and just have that? Or sometimes we'll do a small breakfast and then do one big meal a little bit later. But usually it's just, you know, some cereal or something small for them to snack on for breakfast. And then I make something bigger, like the tiki masala that we made previously. That's what we did growing up as well. We would do, the weekends was always one big meal. A lot of time it was Sunday, or we would do Saturday and then eat leftovers on Sunday. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. We are starting to get nice and thick here. It is almost to the point to let this boil. So once this starts to thicken and we are thick enough, yes, we're thick enough now that we can, gotta move this around. I need the handle so that I can move this. Okay. All right, guys, we are thick enough now. And let me show you this thickness. We're gonna bring it up here maybe. Okay, so you can see, oh, maybe. Yeah, we've got a nice little thickness there. All right. Okay, so once it thickens, once it starts to thicken, you are going to bring it to a boil and you're gonna let it boil for 1 minute. So we are going to do this for a second. When you continue stirring and bringing air into that, it's cooling it off a little bit when you do that, and so it's not going to boil as quickly. So you stop stirring. It's starting to boil. We are going to set our timer for 1 minute. You don't want to let this go for more than 1 minute. You can have a mess at the bottom of the pan if you do. So set the timer. We're gonna let this boil for a minute. We're gonna set that down. We're not done with the whisk because after this is done boiling for a minute, we're gonna whisk it up. We're gonna take it off the heat, and then we add our vanilla and our peanut butter because, of course, peanut butter pie needs peanut butter. I just realized that my burner looks weird. It actually is red, guys. It's not a purplish color. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. 16 seconds we have. And then vanilla and peanut butter. Are you excited? I'm excited. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Timer off, burner off, and off the heat we go. We're gonna stir and stir and stir and stir this. Oh man, okay. And stir, and stir, and stir. Okay, now we are going to add vanilla. And that's about right. Because it is, let's see, I don't know. I've got my great-grandma's recipe sitting over here. How much vanilla? 1 teaspoon? That's about a teaspoon. So, I measure everything in the recipe except the vanilla and the peanut butter. And then, woo, I'm gonna make a mess here, guys. Peanut butter. So, whatever kind of peanut butter you want, guys. Not usually crunchy. Usually you don't have chunks in your pie, but hey, you know, to each their own. I use Kirkland organic peanut butter. So we are going to put some peanut butter in here. It's supposed to be a half a cup of peanut butter, but mine verges on more of like a cup, 3/4 of a cup. I like mine with a really strong peanut butter flavor because I love peanut butter. If you're not a big, super peanut buttery fan, but you want to make it for your family, you can stick to the half cup. It'll still taste like peanut butter, but not as strong, obviously. And we're going to whisk this together. And whisk, and whisk, and whisk. Oh, and this is where you really build up your muscles, because now it is, oh, thick. It is thick now, guys. Okay. I feel like maybe I made it too thick before I boiled it. Oh, because, so it's still going to get thick like this. But usually it's not quite as thick when you put it in the crusts, and it thickens as you let it set. But, oh, so thick right now, guys. We're gonna take this over to the pie crusts now. Okay guys, now we're over here with our pie crust. So today I am doing an international food tour, wine tasting, kind of get together at my house, having a few people over. And so we are going to be making individual mini peanut butter pies. Normally you can put this into a large pie crust. It is a lot, so it does need to be one of the large graham cracker crusts. But today we've got the little ones, and so we're just gonna stick these in here. We're gonna take a scoop, put it in. It doesn't have to be pretty, you just want it to fill the actual crust itself, with leaving the little lip there. Nobody's gonna see it. We are going to cover it with a vegan whipped cream. And we have a vegan heavy whipping cream that we're gonna whip up a little bit later. If you've looked at my picture for the channel, you will see these little mini peanut butter pies. This is the recipe. So, all right. And after we fill these, we are going to put them in a cool spot, the refrigerator, or it's the Midwest and it is the middle of winter and we have an enclosed porch. So that means that these are going to be covered, put on a tray, and put out on the enclosed porch so that I don't have these taking up my entire refrigerator because I have a lot of other food to make today. So I am going to finish filling these and we'll see you back here when we're getting ready to decorate them after they've set. Hey guys, we are back and our peanut butter pies have set, so now we get to decorate them. And what we're going to use to decorate these pies is whipped cream, crushed peanuts, and melted chocolate. So for the whipped cream, I use Rich's whipped cream. So it is a non-dairy whipped cream. It is a liquid heavy cream, and you just put it in your stand mixer, you mix it up, and it comes out to be a nice whipped cream. When I'm decorating these, I don't have anything fancy. I don't use pastry bags or anything. Just a Ziploc bag, put it inside, and cut the corner. Super easy, guys. You don't have to have any fancy stuff to do this type of thing. And then for the chocolate, I just melted the chocolate, and again, it's just in a little baggie, and I used a wooden skewer to put a hole in the end of it. And so the chocolate that I use is called Enjoy Life. It is a vegan chocolate, and you just melt it down. You put some in a microwave safe bowl, and you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time, take it out, stir it, put it back in for 30 seconds until you get a nice liquid consistency so that you can easily squeeze it onto the pies. You don't want to put it in for too long of a time frame because you don't want the chocolate to burn. You want to make sure that you're stirring it consistently so that it's a nice smooth mixture. And then peanuts, I always just use dry roasted peanuts and then use my rolling pin to crush them inside of a bag. You can put them in a food processor and process them to get nice small little pieces as well. It's up to you. It's your recipe, you do what you want to do. And so let's get to decorating, guys. We have our first pie here, so let's go ahead and just get that decorated. And so what I like to do is I like to just put little dollops around the outside and then work my way in with the dollops. You can decorate these any way you'd like. You can swirl it, you can spread it, you can do whatever you want. This is, like I said, make it yours. This is your recipe and everything is wonderful. And so then in the middle, we're just going to do that. And there is the whipped cream on that one. And so now we're gonna take our chocolate and we are just going to put the chocolate to the end that has the hole. And we are going to drizzle chocolate over this. And again, this is chocolate that we've melted. And perfect. And on the top, we are going to put our chopped peanuts. And there you have it, guys. Non-dairy peanut butter pie. I hope you enjoyed making this as much as I enjoyed showing you how to make it. Thanks, guys.